With Star Wars: The Clone Wars being killed off as quickly and as unexpectedly as the Jedi were during Order 66, many Star Wars fans could feel nothing but anger towards the new empire that emerged from its ashes. I'm referring to Star Wars Rebels, a Star Wars TV show created by the same developers as Star Wars: The Clone Wars. However, now they have a new master. From the magical castle of Cinderella to the terrifying and relatively easy to destroy Death Star. I mean, come on. Torpedo inside a little hole blows up an entire planet-sized starship. Anywho, Disney is now forced to be reckoned with, and with Star Wars Rebels on their Disney XD LOL LMFAO ROFL channel, the question remains, is Star Wars Rebels worth watching? The answer is going to be revealed after these messages. Let's begin by reviewing Season 1. It stars with a boy named Ezra, a kid with no family, and born on the same day as the day the Empire was officially created. So this guy was born with the Empire. They're twins. Brother from another mother. He survives by being a thief, and just so happens to stumble across a gang of thieves who he notices are pulling off a heist. He sabotages their plans by stealing part of what the gang tried to steal, which was some Imperial merchandise. Important Imperial merchandise. The boy is soon in trouble, and the gang saves him. We find out that they are like a Robin Hood Star Wars gang. The whole steal from the rich and give to the poor. Only the rich here is the Empire. So we begin getting the gist of the gang members as the season progresses, and we see the new team in action as they go along some crazy rebel-like adventures. We find out that the leader, Kanan, is a Jedi who survived Order 66 and the Jedi Purge, and is now in hiding like every remaining Jedi. Since the beginning, we get hints that Ezra is also strong with the Force, and Kanan has noticed this. As expected, Kanan, who never even was a Jedi Master, begins training Ezra to become a Jedi. Ezra even gets a cool looking lightsaber, which surprisingly did not explode or implode on him after creating it with scrap, junk, and spare parts. They end up stumbling across some issues that leaves them cornered. However, the rebels save them, and then the new Robin Hood-like gang joins the rebels. We see many new characters, one who is powerful with the Force, the Inquisitor. Little is known about him, other than that he hunts Jedi. While he may be cool looking, with a cool rotating double-sided lightsaber, he's kind of boring. If anything, he could be labeled as an Imperial trooper with Sith-like abilities, but is not a Sith. Remember, the rule of two is still in play, and apparently there are many Inquisitors, making this one Inquisitor not so valuable. Powerful, sure, but it's not that valuable. It's not much interesting character development with him. But to top this rebel cake off, we get to see the icing that is some iconic characters from the Clone Wars and a special original trilogy character. Season 2 is where we get a hint of darkness. Perhaps it is the indication that Star Wars Rebels is going down the same path as Star Wars The Clone Wars did. Star Wars Clone Wars did get pretty dark as the show went on. We see how an Imperial minister disappoints in catching the rebels, and you know what happens when you disappoint the big boys of the Empire. She begs the rebels to get her out of the planet, and of course the rebels agree. As they begin putting their plan into motion to save the minister, they realize they fall into a trap. The minister's escort is attacked in order to create a distraction while the minister flees. However, the ship explodes almost as soon as she enters it. We see Vader watching in anticipation as his plan begins to unfold. Not surprising seeing Vader killing his own Imperial employees, but still pretty dark to put on a Disney Channel. The episode continues with a little Robin Hood-like gang, now with their new rebel name, Ghost Squadron, trying to escape Lothal, since the Empire now has a blockade around the planet, so they will not leave. Ghost Squadron outsmarts the Imperial fleet and make their escape. However, the Empire also outsmarted them by putting a tracker on their ship. Crazy. Rebels outsmarting the Empire, but getting outsmarted as well in a way. What a bunch of smarty pants, aren't they? Anywho, Vader arrives in his shiny, brand new TIE Starfighter with its amazing spinning rims, and single-handedly defeats an entire rebel fleet. That rebel scum. The remaining rebel squadron managed to barely escape, but not before Vader finds out that Anakin's apprentice, Ahsoka, still lives. Ahsoka, Kanan, and Ezra do not know who Vader is. However, when they used the Force to sense Vader, they felt his immense power. By the way, because they sensed Vader, Vader sensed them. It established a little connection there. That's how they found out. The episode ends with Vader telling his master that the apprentice lives. And while we do not see who his master is, Star Wars fans already know who it is. It's Yoda. No, I'm kidding, no. So, with this summary of what the franchise has so far, the question remains, is this show worth watching? No. Would be a dumb answer to say, since Season 2 has proven that there is light to the show still. Sure, many think that Rebels killed the Clone Wars, but give the show a chance. It's Star Wars in the end. The first season will give you a really small taste of what the show will be about, and Season 2 will leave you with an empty tissue box and your willy in hand. So, in the end, I suggest go watch this joint, but don't smoke it, because drugs are bad. Okay. Anywho, oh god, my dog is barking at a lot of dogs. But thank you for watching. Click that like button if you appreciate and or like the content, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my videos. No question of the day today, sadly, but definitely next time. Now, I have to go take care of my dog because he is barking at something or someone. God damn that dog. Time to get my belt. See you when I see you.